Hello! Welcome to Little Arrow Soaps. Tonight we are back to bath bombs, and because the weather has shifted, we are somewhat adjusting our schedule because bath bombs take longer to set and dry in the winter. So we're going to give ourselves a little more time before our weekend markets to see if that'll help. So today we're going to make 2 different kinds of bath bombs and then cut the soap that we made last Tuesday and see where we are on everything. Okay. So I've got my molds, I've got my spoons, I've got my Pokemon. Ooh, there's some good ones in here. Already see a few. Thank you for the resub, Lulu. Always appreciated. Even if you have no other choice but to be here. Hi, Janie! Oh, thanks for the bits! Greatly appreciated. Alexa, select. YouTube's been going crazy with the ads lately. These long ass ads. Alright, let's put some guys in here that we know. We'll start with a Charmander. He's got his little tail lit and everything. Wait, we're in a hype train? I don't know. I guess. I suppose. How many creates a hype train? I don't know. Well, I am on here, but Zulu is our man in the chair that makes sure things run nicely and understands how things work. I don't know. That's awesome. I guess so. Yeah. We'll take it. Nice and gentle on the squish because it's too easy to mess up. Beautiful. And then we'll go right back in. Sorry, I'm got stuck on Zulu's stream from last night and had to reboot. Oops. It happens. You're here now. We haven't been going for very long. Don't worry. Oh, I saw one. There he is. We got a Pikachu. I always get asked who's in them, so I try and put in at least a couple I know people really want to see. Because I know we have a bunch of random ones too. Okay. So more than half of my doctors are out this week, and work has been so quiet. It's kind of annoying. Green! We can barely see the boy, but there he is. We have our frog. All of the good toys. I am truly surprised that Fish and Pig have survived almost a full year. They were Costco toys, and last year we got Grim a couple of Costco toys. They lasted a few months, which is fine. But these ones he really seemed to cherish this year. Hello, wanted to come in and say hi before I have to lurk. Nice to see you there. Thanks for coming in. Always appreciate the lurk. But we also we got him a dragon from Costco. And it's nice because they're actually like Grim-sized toys. And they look really cute with him carrying these giant toys around. So. Mudkip. I'm gonna drop it. Get the face. Yeah. I follow an Instagram person that does Costco, and they have a gingerbread man with a bite out of him dog toy right now. I'm like, well, conveniently, I am almost out of baking soda, so I might have to do a Costco run and see if the boy can have a gingerbread Christmas. Giant gingerbread man. Shouting out all of our peoples today. Not the cleanest lines on my divisions today. I gotta bring up my white line a little bit. Isn't it a bit late for Costco? It's never too late for Costco. There's always time for Costco. But yeah, no, not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. We're down to our last bag and a half. Are they 24 hours? No, which is probably a good thing. It would get dangerous if they were 24 hours. The bunny tough one. Yeah, still figuring out this camera angle. Yeah, they're open, or at least our Costco is open till like 8 during the week and like 6 on the weekends, which frankly, it should be open a little bit later on the weekends, but hey. I am not their CEO, and he seems to be one of these days there's a Costco on the other side of town, which is massive and I've heard really cool. So we might have to go there sometime. Check it out. Seems a bit backwards. Yeah. Late during the week, early during the weekend. But hey, it's been working for him apparently, so. Not if you want to serve businesses rather than off-work peoples. Yeah. And our Costco is not like a Costco business center one. It's just a regular Costco. It could even be referred to as the ghetto Costco as far as the Houston is concerned. Um, Despite being one of the larger ones, it doesn't have as exotic of a selection as some of the other locations. And sometimes we don't even get the cool stuff. Chick. Sort of makes sense. Most people have more opportunity to go to Costco on the weekends, so they don't feel the need to be open as long, especially since they're so much busier in those hours. Oh yeah. Give them a chance to recover from the day. As long as they have giant half-eaten gingerbread men. Exactly! The Grimm must have the best Christmas. If I had to guess, I'd say 70% of Costco's weekday sales happen after 5 p.m. I don't know. I've gone during the lunch hour for multiple times a year, and I wouldn't say it's like slammed, but it's steady. It's definitely a steady stream. I'd say maybe 60 to 65% after those hours. Because you got to think the retirees, which all of my grandparents, when they were retired, they loved the Costco. They'd go for dates at the Costco and eat samples for lunch. Laura! Welcome on in. Who's there? Alexa, select. These ads, man, they're getting so aggressive. Like, at least advertise to me stuff that I would buy. We're just getting medication ads. Should I be concerned? Does the internet know something I don't? I haven't been Googling anything lately. I need to find a steady channel that doesn't run ads. Yes, these are bath bombs. Pokeball bath bombs. Slowbro? The one with the shell on his tail? Yeah, because like Slowpoke has nothing, and Slowbro has the shell, and Slowking on his head. Yeah. Oh yeah, these are very popular with the kids. That's why we're making a batch right before Christmas. Hopefully have some happy kids taking Christmas Day baths. Go Lurksy, we'll see you around. I'm curious about something and do some research. Okay. Do your research. Our adults are secretly allowed to enjoy them too. You don't have to secretly enjoy them. You can openly enjoy them. We have plenty of adults that buy these for themselves. We have a friend who buys them quite regularly. I recommend against adults bathing in public. I mean, to be fair, I also recommend against small children bathing in public. Maybe just public bathing just not be a hugely recommended thing in general, at least here in the States. Small children can probably get away with it, especially if they're in that like mid to late toddler stage where they strip down naked any chance given, regardless of location. Yeah, that's always a fun one. Dragonite? Closer. The one that's apparently a dragon, even though Charizard's not a dragon. Please do not drop your bath bomb in the public park. Yeah. I mean, it would make for interesting content, so I'm sure there's a TikTok or YouTuber out there who's done it. Totally different. Flying fire type, indeed. The ducks will not to bread. I know, not enough adults have bathtubs. Everyone focuses on the shower. They're like, oh, that'll be nice to have a shower. But there's something about a bath. Just relaxing. Good for your joints. Good for your muscles. Especially with our salt baths and stuff like that. If you had to guess what percentage of sales by count would you say these Pokeballs have done for us this year? I would dare say that the Pokeballs at just under 200 or just over 200 Pokeballs. I don't remember. Um, 5 to 10%. Right, actually, the don't feed ducks with bread thing, there was a lot of controversy about it, and people were saying, oh, there's better things for ducks. Yes, there are better things for ducks. However, bread is not as bad as the internet was portraying it for years. So you can feed ducks bread. Just if you are, try to go with a less refined bread. 8.1%, given how many we make and sell, that's huge. Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, they were having problems with public ponds where ducks had been fed bread and things like that for years, and they actually stopped migrating. And then the internet got really big about, oh, don't feed ducks bread. And so these ducks in some public parks that no longer were migrating because of the adaptation due to people feeding them were starting to starve. So I don't remember where it was exactly, but it was like somewhere in like the lower states. They actually had to encourage people to start feeding ducks again, no matter what it was, like bread, or they gave other suggestions. It's like peas, grapes, and other stuff like that, because the ducks, they weren't migrating anymore, and they had not migrated for so many generations that it was causing big problems with the general ecosystem around there. So they had to start encouraging people, feed ducks again. Even if you feed them bread, it's better than them starving because their bodies are starting to adapt to the bread as well. I have an Umbreon. It's not a very common one to find in here, so it's definitely going. Oh, Dash Ducks. I haven't watched Dash Ducks in so long. They're the best. I might have to raid out to Dash Ducks. That would make me happy. Many things would make me happy, but Dash Ducks is the best. If you are not familiar with Dash Ducks, you should go check it out. Probably here in Florida. We've been fed ducks day-old bread on sale. White bread from the bakery for many decades. Oh, California too. There was problems at the lake my parents keep their boat in. We would bring Cheerios to feed the ducks. And a horde of geese moved in. And oof, those geese, if they found out you had snacks, they were on you. I don't think they take grades, but I can try, we suppose. Well, if they don't take grades, then that's fine. Everyone just go check out Dash Ducks. Can we give them a shout out? Go follow them. You get to feed the ducks. Oh, I must have missed it. Oh, I see it now. There it is. Feeding seagulls is hilarious. I have a couple of good seagull feeding stories, actually. We fed them so they would leave our bait alone while fishing. Yeah, the pelicans too in Florida. My family has a place in Miami, and they would often go fishing off the pier. So it didn't show up on screen. Aw, sad. They need the clip. Yeah, my family would go fishing off the pier, and every day, without fail, one of the pelicans would follow the bait into the water and get caught. And it became this whole routine that all the fishermen on the pier would help get the pelican off of your line and then keep going from there. But another time, my brother went with a church group. Yes, a church group. That'll be funnier later on. Went with a church group to Santa Cruz Beach, and they're hanging out there. Santa Cruz, maybe Dillon Beach, one of the Northern California beaches. And one of the guys in the church group is like a youth group, like high school age, had an airbag for some reason, and I don't know why. And so, of course, the whole boys being boys thing, they decided that they were gonna use it on a seagull, and they had to think of the best way to possibly do it. So they buried the airbag under a fine layer of sand, polywomp, I believe. I'm getting better at these slowly. They buried the airbag under the sand and then laid a bunch of Doritos on top of it. And as these birds came over and were eating the Doritos, yeah, that'll do it. They're eating the Doritos, and they were able to remotely set off the airbag. And they did it as one of the seagulls was on top of it, and it shot this seagull like 20 feet straight up in the air. And he was so caught off guard, he didn't have a chance to like open his wings and flap or anything. So he goes 20 feet straight up, falls 20 feet back, flat on his back, and just lays there stunned for a minute. They thought they killed him. And then he got up, ruffled his feathers, and quickly ran away from the Doritos. And no other seagulls came back to the Doritos that day. It was great. So there's a seagull somewhere in the Bay Area who is scared to death of Doritos now. Seagulls were injured in the making of this game. Seagulls are flying rats. Everyone says it's pigeons, but a seagull will steal food out of your mouth. Yeah, It was totally the funniest thing I've ever seen. I did not know what they were doing at the time. And they're like, just watch. And of course, anytime teenage boys say, just watch, it's gonna be bad. Come on. But yeah. Oh yeah, we're feeding ducks tonight. Let's go feed them ducks. What is with this 3-minute ad? Alexa, select. I bet everyone's putting all their money into ads this time of year for the long ads. Because like, oh, people will watch the ads because they're watching for deals for shopping. Peasants, we're done. We're done shopping. Yes, go feed the ducks. All of the ducks. Yeah, there's just all the ads are getting really annoying. But hey, that one at least wasn't for medication. That one was for some YouTube channel. Ooh, Bettini. Do not feed wild animals. Appropriately feed domestic ducks. Yes. If you feed wild ducks, there is a strong chance that one of them will come onto your porch, eat too much food, get fat, and not be able to fit out through the bars again. And then when you attempt to pick him up to help him back over your railing, he will scratch your arm and scar your hand forever. And then you have to go explain to your therapist, who specializes in depression and anxiety and just had patients on suicide watch, not myself, but someone else. You have to explain the 6-inch cut down your forearm. But then luckily she knows you well enough to know that when you say you got it from a duck, you did get it from a duck because she knows you. Yeah. Level 1, 69%. Yeah, I have a big scar on one of my hands from helping a duck. Come on. I always tell Zulu that we need a guard duck. Just get one of those big English geese. Big white one, like Mother Goose. They're extremely territorial. Damn it. Pressing too hard. Will you recover? Yes, you will. You'll be just fine. Yeah. Geese are extremely territorial, but also extremely loyal. And everyone's used to hearing a dog bark. They're like, that's not intimidating, even though the Grimm is big and intimidating, of course. But imagine just walking into someone's backyard thinking you're going to break into their house and you just see a big goose and it starts hissing at you and running at you. And then there's a 100-pound big black dog behind that goose because they're buddies. That is not a house you're messing with. Plus, then we can have a frog pond and Grimm can have all the frog snacks he wants. Tea and cakes! Welcome on in, everybody. Come on in. We are making bath bombs tonight. Don't remember the name of this one, but it's like a polygon something. Yeah. Are you thinking Grimm or the child? I mean, Brim is the baby. Tea and cakes, welcome in. What did we do tonight? What were we working on? What do we do normally? Tell us about yourself. We want to know all. Must loosen the pressing because I'm pressing too hard. Come on. Knit tea and drink cakes. Cute. Why? Stop doing this. Behave. I do not deserve credit for tea. Do a little bit of everything crafty, but currently on the fiber train. Ooh, what kind of fiber art are we doing it currently? If you have any work you would like to share with us, or any past work you want to share, whatever you did tonight, you can go over to our Discord, and we have a Shark channel, which is sharing art, where you can show off your work. It's the fire monkey guy, whose name I don't remember. Knitting today, but sometimes crochet, cross stitch, and spinning. Ooh, spinning, nice. One of the few fiber arts I have not tried. It's time I need to fix this. What are we fixing? Is it the Discord thingy? Okay, we're not gonna press too hard this time. It's not gonna slightly separate on us. You just barely pressed. Just barely. Slightly uneven press. Okay, side one was fine. Please work the way I want you to. There we go. Pressing too hard. Also, slight sticking. Must be some moisture in here still. But that's okay. We're working. Cookie. Lots of ones that everybody's gonna know. Helps with Christmas. All right, Amanda, we'll see ya. Come on back. I can't. I assure you it's worked. What worked? The direct link to our chart stuff? Yeah. I'll take your word for it, Zulu. Okay. The weird milk one. Okay. Still weird, but yeah, that's him. I mean, they've got some really weird ones now, like Drift Balloon and the ice cream cone one. Hate to read and run, but I need food other than sugar. Indeed, go eat some real food. Do what you gotta do. We understand. I gotta go ahead and actually rotate this. Don't do that, it hurts. I'm thinking potatoes. Potatoes are a great choice. Enjoy your potatoes. Maybe I will go to Costco tomorrow. I'll get a shepherd's pie. That shepherd's pie is massive, so it'll last us a while. But we already have other stuff we need to finish. Yeah, maybe we'll just do curry. And get some other protein to put with it, because the chicken was okay. It wasn't the one I was looking for. I don't have a soap task to do tonight, so I'm hanging out in the cave, triggering all the effects. Yes, causing chaos, as usual. This is the legendary owl, or whale one. Whatever that one is. It looks like a digital whale. Isn't there an Olympics coming up? That one works in the bath bomb? Yeah, because the arms are stiff. Surprisingly. I think it's like the only legendary that actually works in there. Paris. That'll be a fun one. There we go. There's always an Olympics coming up. They do them every 2 years now. Yeah. We've done special bath bombs for the Olympics in the past. We could now, but I don't feel the need for it. But it's just kind of reminding me, technically, because of the way the things worked out in 2020, we have done 2 Olympics. The horsey one, the evolution of horsey. Remember when they're... I remember back when they were every 4 years. Yeah, I remember that too. But, I don't know. Something about it doing... staggering it. Kind of nice. It does allow some of the athletes to dual train too. Not many do, but it allows for it. Dry. I also remember when they didn't allow pro athletes to compete. I kind of agree with pro athletes not competing. But I also understand, like, there's a reason that they're the pro. So, like, clearly they're at least good. But it's a little different. Especially for, like, team events like basketball and some of the other ones. I feel like it makes a little bit more sense, but we look back on the history of it and it doesn't really support that as much. It's the little elephant one. It reminds me of tree trunks from Adventure Time. I feel like both decisions were just, how can we abandon the history of this event in order to milk more money from it? I mean, to be fair, it's been that way since it came back. The televisation of it hasn't helped. Sponsors and stuff like that hasn't helped. But I understand, to put on something that big, you do need more money. You do need a lot more to kind of incentivize it. And especially some of these more niche sports, you kind of need the money to keep people interested in actually doing it. Like, I was listening on NPR to some pole vaulters and her dad, and he's like, yeah, she's not currently going to college because right now, if she trains properly for the upcoming Olympics, and I think this was pre 2010. Yeah, pre-2010. If she trains now for the Olympics and she does the things with all the training and the sponsorships to get to the Olympics, and she actually makes it, she can make $1 million over the course of the next 2 to 3 years. And if she went to college, she might be looking at making $1 million over the rest of her lifetime. So, by staying in pole vaulting, which is a niche sport that is done in high school and college and doesn't really have a whole lot of real world application, but this girl can pretty much set her and potentially her family's future up. That's a pretty cool opportunity that is not presented prior to the monetization of the Olympic sport. So it's always a two-handed sword. Hopefully they're responsible with their money. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I got $1 million right now, I would immediately get a wealth management assets professional. And hopefully more people think that way. Judging by my memory of the interview, her dad was smart enough to set her up with that as like a 17, 18-year-old to help get her connected with all of that. He seemed to know his shit, so. I knew I hit it too hard. You're gonna come out cleanly? Yes, you are. Nice thing about these is they usually stick themselves back. The interval changing bothered me the most. The 4-year interval between Ancient Games Edition was named the Olympiad and was used for dating purposes at the time. This counted the Olympiads rather than years. Yeah, but times change, and we must change with them. When they stopped occurring on Olympiads, are they even really the Olympics? I think if it was to be every event, regardless of season, every year, then I could see that more so. But because they do the alternating for the years, to keep it 4 years between each set of games, I think that helps. Little. Come on. I want to know more of the history of some of the ridiculous events, like the Winter Olympics, the history of the biathlon. Who decided to make ski shooting, and I mean shooting on skis, an Olympic event? This seems like a strange thing to introduce. How else are you gonna hunt in deep snow? Modern day snowmobiles? Waiting until it's not as deep snow? Being prepared ahead of time? They don't shoot on the skis, do they? Yeah, they ski into a little shooting range, and then they shoot, and then they ski off. The mother of the guy I dated in college was obsessed with biathlon because he was a type 1 diabetic, and there was an athlete competing in the biathlon that year that was also a type 1 diabetic. And yeah, she thought this was the example of how he could do anything with his life. And yeah, no, he didn't. There's a reason. Many reasons. Oh wait, I'm imagining the guy shooting while actively skiing. That sounds dumb. I mean, that sounds a little bit more like an X Games kind of thing, extreme sport. Whopper! I refuse to accept any other pronunciation of his name. Absolutely refuse. As the artist, I reserve that right. According to Encyclopedia Britannica, the biathlon is rooted in the skiing traditions of Scandinavia, whereby inhabitants revered the Norse god Thor as both the god of ski, or the ski god, and the hunting god. In modern times, the activity developed into the sport was an exercise for Norwegians as alternative training for the military. Huh. Interesting. Now, I also respect the guys who are, or at least were, there was a solid push in the late 2000s to have extreme ironing added on to the Olympic roster, I guess would be the term. And really, you guys are not cooperating with me today. Why? I didn't even tap you yet. Go right back together. But I think the push to get that was abandoned because, yeah, some of the locations that people were observed ironing clothing in were underwater, on the top of various mountains, and various other extreme things. I think the biggest argument against it being an Olympic event is that the whole idea of extreme ironing is to kind of one-up the person behind you, or ahead of you, or behind you. And that's not really something that can be achieved in an arena or stadium. What do I want? Ooh! Have shiny Mew. Backwards eyes. Shiny Mew. Go on in there. Please behave, because your tail is borderline squishy. I mean, what's the point of competitive figure skating and other pretty sports too? Oh yeah. Most of it's like, that's great, you can do that, but can you balance the spreadsheet? Or like, there's a lot of careers that you go into the career in order to teach other people how to go into the career. It just feels like a Ponzi scheme. Like, a lot of archaeologists end up becoming professors teaching archaeology. Not a lot of people out on like digs and stuff. So, I don't know. The world's a silly place. Academia is a silly place. Yeah, it's really annoying trying to get healthcare in this country. Even when you have money, it's annoying. Prettiness might also be a point of Little Arrow Soaps. Chaos is one of our points as well, but prettiness and bubbles, and getting all of this stuff that I make out of my house, because why are you like this tonight? Even though I would probably still make much of it. It probably wouldn't be to this extent. But yeah. Also, I probably still wouldn't be making these. Because these drive me crazy. Cut it apart. And tap it together. And hope for the best. If you can't mix it back in. And it totally... So, that's not... That one's officially dead. Red part. Just the white part painted. We're almost at my... And for the hell of it, we're going to do another Pikachu because it is Christmas. We should make 2 children happy. Oh yeah, because the kid with the shiny Mew is going to be so disappointed. If their favorite Pokemon is Pikachu, they might be. So, do not underestimate the power of a child's temper tantrum. Are you going to behave? Please behave. Why? I pressed you so lately. Thanks, Ria. Thanks for coming in. Why are we sticking so badly today? It didn't rain today. I made you the right consistency. Why are we doing this? These are not the prettiest batch of Pokeballs I've put together, but I'm calling it there because this, I think the wide mouth bowl is causing some of the problem. Drying out too fast. But I could be totally wrong and it could just be a bad bath bomb day. We'll find out. Alright. Let's go ahead and go to a break. Zulu, do you mind come grabbing this tray? And I'm gonna start mixing up the next batch. right, we're back. So I've mixed up my next powder. I'm also mixing up with some of the remnants of the Pokeballs, some colored internal powder, so that we can do our sorting hats. Got my red mixed up. Switch out my glove here. Now I need to mix up some blue, which definitely needs more color. Needs to be extremely blue. A recipe for keto marshmallows, but Amazon Canada is carrying allulose. I have tried some of those recipes back when we were on keto, and they're not good. They're really not. The best thing I ever found was a brownie recipe, and even that one was just kind of okay. Got my powder baggies. Spoons for my powder baggies. Maybe cheesecake recipes are lovely, but erythritol would ruin marshmallows. I didn't mind the xylitol or erythritol or even the blends for cheesecake and stuff like that, but I did try the allulose and one other one for marshmallows, and just wasn't the same. But good luck to you. Yeah, I know it's dangerous for pets, but we were between pets at the time. And frankly, the flavor was one of the better ones. All right. Never had trouble with allulose and any of the other things as long as I could get it. I wouldn't say I ever had trouble. I just, compared to normal marshmallows, just I'm very picky about my marshmallows. So it never really worked in my opinion. I'd rather just go without. I need more boots. No, cauliflower tastes like cauliflower. Anyone who says any differently has never had cauliflower. I think a lot of people in diet culture lie to themselves in order to make themselves feel better about the whole process. Now, that being said, cauliflower on its own is really good, especially with like Indian spices and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not a substitute for anything. Never found a cauliflower crust that was properly keto. They always still added flour, which defeats the purpose. Yeah. When we did keto, I always thought that Proka, can we have that again? Oh yes. Maybe that's what we should do for New Year's. We should do another international night. That was really fun. Use a fair bit of almond flour. Almond flour is great. I modified some of my old cookie recipes to use almond flour in addition to the regular flour, and oh my god, it made so many of them so much better. Like, if anybody ever makes like Scandinavian almond bars, make them with almond flour, 50-50 ratio to regular flour. It's so good. It improves the texture and the quality 100-fold, easily. Oh, you're stiff. Oh no, you're not as bad as that. The almond flour does not taste like graham cracker crumbs. You can get it pretty close if you toast the almond flour with a little cinnamon and a little bit of sweetener. But yeah, it's any diet culture things that tell you, oh, this replaces this perfectly. No, it's a whole bunch of lies. I saw a joke book title one time that I died laughing because the title of the book was They Taste Just Like Brownies and Other Things That Vegans Lie About. And it's just like, yeah, they're all lies. Lily's chocolate's pretty good. I like their salted almond milk chocolate bar. I thought that was one of the better ones. I've even given that to a few of my friends who have had gestational diabetes and stuff like that. And I will still eat it from time to time myself. Don't like their I didn't like their peanut butter cups. I thought they were gross. But I also don't really like peanut butter cups. So I'm biased already. Yeah, All Day to Dream About Food is pretty good. But yeah, honestly, we left the keto lifestyle for many reasons. But definitely talk with your doctor. Make sure it's good with all your everything. Butterbeer smells so good. So Thursday, we're gonna make our video game collection, I guess. We need to start looking at the schedule for next year for conventioning and see when we need to start making stuff seriously. Because we need to prep better than we did this year. and realize I haven't shown these to you guys up close yet. It's hard to catch the light on them until they're painted. Here, okay. Yeah. Little, well, lots of color. Looking so good. Flip them over. This new mold is so much easier to work with than the last one. I think the only modification I'd do next time I have a mold like this made is I want a thicker lip because it makes it easier to push down. So yeah, we gotta start talking conventions for next year, what themes we're gonna do, see what movies and shows are coming out. Yeah, kind of just in general, what's ahead, so that we can start planning. To do some One Piece soaps. I know absolutely nothing about One Piece. I am certain they would sell, but I know absolutely nothing. And so I feel weird selling things that I don't know anything about. But yeah. Yeah, if we did that, we'd have to have some sort of knowledge on it, because then people want to start talking to you about it, and then we're just like, I have no idea. I feel like an asshole. Yes, we can watch the Netflix show in all of our spare time to watch all the shows we want to watch. We'll find time. As we somehow always do. Please. Part of your business, gotta keep it up. Well, in that case, that means that our Netflix and basically all of our streaming services are business expenses, right? How did I not think of that? Yeah, it's literally market research. Like, we are researching these things in order to bring it to market. Marketing. It's not marketing, but we do go to markets sometimes, but marketing would be anytime you advertise yourself. This is marketing. That would be research or R&D. Yes, technically all of you guys are watching a really long commercial right now. Someday I'll have money to buy the product. Someday. It's a really good commercial. I appreciate it. We need to go deeper. Narrow mold, hurt my fingers. I should have a better one. Oh god, now you guys are in all the infomercials. This is only gonna end well, right? Made a pair. See if I can bring Henri and Leo to market with matching soaps. I mean, the bath bomb gal who sells bath bombs with the dollar store sex toys and then makes good money theming them on anime. Maybe we should copy that more. Yeah, that was a fun business idea. I wonder what kind of markets they're doing these days. Yeah, outside of the convention season, I imagine that's a hard sell. But I also just don't see them as being really good. Like, you have to spend good money for good products, so to say. They are not cheap. So if I'm buying a $35 bath bomb, and I know for certain the price on that bath bomb powder before she puts in whatever pheromones she wants to claim she puts in there, yeah, we shall see. It's been a rough year for a lot of small businesses, and the more frivolous, the more difficult it's getting. So, yeah, you don't want a minimum waterproof bullet vibe. No, or like if the bath bomb's this big, it's big. I mean, some of hers are really big, but they're just not gonna be good stuff. I've seen some of the images of some of the stuff she puts in there. She does not fully disclose what she puts in there, which makes me feel even worse about it. Do you do advent calendars? I do not currently do advent calendars. Zulu has wanted me to do one for a couple of years now. I just struggle with ideas for it, how much it's going to cost in order for us to make it and to make it viable to actually sell. But yeah, I don't currently do them. We've thought about it. It would just be, it's a lot to do. Yeah, beginner butt plug. Yeah, I've seen like there's some plugs, there's some like beads for like a little tube of lubricant or other stuff like that. And it's like, I'd be disappointed if I was promised a toy and that's what I got. But I'd also have to be kind of stupid to not know better. If you could buy it at Spencer's Gifts in the little section that they let the kids fully in, it's probably not electronics, so it's less dangerous in the tub. Oh no, some of them say they have batteries and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I think you're just looking for problems doing that. It's not worth it. Yeah, we'll just use that commercial. BMO. I mean, you know by this point, BMO's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But I love her. Them. Whatever they prefer. Need to get a better directional butt extruder this year. I want to do BMO again. It was the sadist being in that treehouse. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, because that sock episode was definitely the pinnacle of mental health in OO. Sock episode was amazing. It was. It really was. There need to be more film noir style bonus episodes of shows. Have you tried an animal print line of bombs? That'd be sweet. A zebra or tiger, jaguar ball. I have not. It's possible. They'd all have to be hand painted. I could definitely do something like that. It'll be fun. The thing to remember, I think, about success is not about having safe or functional toy, it's about having a gift that will titillate and embarrass. Yeah, but if I'm going to spend $35, I would rather spend it on a better quality bath bomb and a better quality toy versus getting half rate on both. Painted, you can't put lines of color with soap. In a bath bomb, I paint them with mica, which we'll actually do Thursday. Some painting. The lines make them weak. I'm not sure. Are you referring to like putting lines of soap in the bath bomb, or are you talking about like design in a soap? Yeah, novelty purposes only is a big dodge for a lot of stuff. Here's as though Blake said, could definitely do just a zebra print soap. It would be totally fine. It would just be kind of a strange pour design, but totally possible, totally doable. Yeah, I also thought you meant bath bombs. Could do all of those. Zebra would be easiest. Leopard or jaguar or cheetah spots would be a little bit more difficult, but definitely doable. I would probably pipe them into the mold directly, just to have a little more control over it, as opposed to extruders, because then you get air pockets and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely doable. Panther is the easiest. If you look really close at a good picture of a panther, they actually have spots because they're actually just a jaguar with melanism. Same animal, same everything. They just have mutated to be black. I always love the coloration of cougars, mountain lions, pumas. Grew up in mountain lion territory, so we would get them in the neighborhood every so often. Someone's little Yorkie would go missing. A lot of trouble with coyotes too. How hard would calico be? Calico would not be hard at all. No, that'd just be a chunky drop pour. Totally doable. Most animal prints are totally doable. They're organic shapes. So it's just a matter of just doing it, really. I've done a few animals with a couple of different subtle color designs. Okay, question for Bomb. Would layers make it fall apart easier, or it bonds regardless of colors? Different bands of color I personally find difficult to do because they dry at different rates. And then they can have problems like that. Calico would be 15 for 3 colors. So you would need to do the Calico Cat. That'd be 3 colors. If you want a cat shape, it would be an additional $5 for the scrape shape, and then an additional $5 for the contrasting color if it's different from something in the Calico. Hello, Tweety. Welcome on in. Yeah, I can do layered bath bombs, different colors. I do them occasionally, but I don't do them very often because they can be really finicky to make, and you just have to work a lot faster with everything. And I feel like my bath bombs look just as good, if not better, painted with a solid color base versus necessarily layered and stuff like that. But I can definitely do it. I was just thinking calico colored soap. Yeah, if you're just thinking the calico spots, then it would be 15 for the 3 colors done in a simple swirl pattern, which would be just a chunky drop. So it looks chunky. Go over there. Can't have color on your face. Crunchy cats, best cats. Do you have a coffee soap? I do not currently have a coffee soap. I have done coffee fragrances in the past, but I don't currently have one. I do have a coffee sugar scrub, which is a soap base, but I don't currently have a coffee one. I tend to have slightly more unique fragrances, not always the traditional. Because we try and match fragrance to theming more than just having a fragrance for the sake of having a fragrance. But we're always open to suggestions and then subsequently finding an idea to go with it as well. Because sometimes I'll find a scent that I really like. I'm like, okay, this needs to become something. Or it'll spark a memory right away that obviously needs to connect. We used to partner with a local coffee vendor using their grounds, but they moved on to a competitor. Yeah. Twin Peaks theme. That could be fun. Haven't seen Twin Peaks. We'll start working on a master list of ideas for the year soon, and then kind of go from there on where we need to fill in things. And then sometimes things come to us and we knock other things off of the production lists. We'll see. We got a whole year of conventions ahead of us. A whole bunch of stuff to do. I know I want to continue on my Disney villains collection. This year I did Ursula, the Evil Queen, and Scar. I promised one of my coworkers I would do Maleficent this year, which I think would be really fun anyway. And then I was thinking I might do Dr. Facilier. It'd be fun to do like a voodoo themed soap. And then, yeah, Facilier, Maleficent, and I don't know, I'm tempted to stay with the Evil Queen because I just love the poison apple. But if I did who's another good Disney villain that would be good for that collection? Someone with a very distinct look. Yeah, I think the poison apple could be its own thing. Did Scar. Did... Genie Jafar. Ooh, that could be cool. Gaston would be interesting. Blueberry Genie. Oh, I was thinking of doing a Hades one. Uh, like Hercules Hades. Because then I could literally do his whole face. With the fire hair and everything. Make it glow and all of that. Yeah, I like to do a Disney collection. Cinnamon for Jafar, definitely. I've been meaning to watch Hotel Hazbin. I've seen a lot of fan art from it, both normal and spicy, and very intrigued. And I used to be a big fan of Black Griffin, and he did some really good covers on there. So I am curious to watch it. Shere Khan would be a cool one. I want to do another collection from a whole movie because I had a lot of fun doing that with Spider-Verse. Doesn't the Deadpool movie come out next year? Oh my god, do I get to do a Deadpool movie one? Deadpool and Wolverine and maybe Jubilee? Yes, Deadpool versus Wolverine. Okay, we have to do that as a soap. And it might have to be a split soap where I make a bar of Deadpool and I make a bar of Wolverine, cut them in half and combine them. Oh, I have ideas. I have many ideas. Yes, Deadpool and Wolverine gonna happen. See, Wolverine, I'm thinking I might use one of my cigar and bourbon scents. I got a French oak bourbon that I haven't used as a scent yet. Might do that combined with our tobacco caramel, or even go with a smokier tobacco because you always get the cigar in his mouth. And we just call the soap Hey Bub. Yeah, happening. It's gonna be based off of the 80s yellow suit that's coming back with the crazy wing mask. Oh yeah, we're going all the way. Now, another thing that we have to do. So I've done the Gotham City Sirens for the last 3 years now? 2 or 3 years? Yeah, it's been 3 years now, hasn't it? No, 2 years. 2 years. But I want to do DC again, but I don't feel like the Gotham City Sirens are connecting as much as they used to. So I'm gonna keep the fragrances because the fragrances are good. The Taj Mahal is a tomb. But yeah. So I gotta figure out what I want to do in DC. But I don't know. There's a lot of DC to do. I haven't ever done Bat Family. Bat Family could be fun. I know they would love us to do Bat Family. Do a Batman, Nightwing, and a Robin. Or maybe, oh yeah, we did talk about doing Titans. That might be the way to go. Raven would be amazing, and I'm very much looking forward to doing Raven. So I'm going to base it off of the 80s version of Raven. Raven, Starfire, Beast Boy. I would argue Raven, Starfire, and Robin, but we could go big and do all of them. We did more Marvel. How about Miss Marvel, Kamala? Yeah, we could do Kamala Khan as well. I think it depends on how the movie is received, partially. Squirrel Girl would be fun to do. I'm kind of sad that Anna Kendrick has not had her dream of being Squirrel Girl fulfilled yet. I have to see what the response to the Marvels movie is. Yeah, because like we did a Black Widow soap and nobody got the reference. But thank God the soap smelled amazing, so people bought it anyway. But nobody got the reference. It took a lot of explaining. And if I have to explain what it's coming from, then it's not a good reference. A frankincense and myrrh. You know, I have made a frankincense and myrrh soap 2 Christmases in a row. And 2 Christmases in a row, I sold 2 to 3 bars. And it was over. So it's not done well. I've done 2 different fragrance companies. I've even infused it with real frankincense. So we have moved on from that fragrance profile, and it's not something we ourselves like that much. So, we've kind of moved on from it. I do not remember characters from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I cannot say that I've ever sat through the whole thing. Because they're strong scents. I don't think it's because they're strong scents, because a lot of our stuff smells pretty strongly. It just never did well. Most of the people that bought it were buying it around Christmas time because, oh, these were the gifts for Jesus. We should have it in the house for that. And pretty much exclusively for that reason. So, yeah. Also embalming scents, which makes them weird gift for an infant. I mean, it was the Bible's attempt at foreshadowing. But we don't need to get into religion here because that topic gets messy fast. But yeah, we've got some time to think about it. We don't have a lot of time because then I gotta start tracking down fragrances and figuring out what's gonna work, what's not gonna work, what colors I need to do, and different things like that. You know, gotta figure that all out. But sometimes they come like, we originally last year were gonna have for Miles, we're gonna have this black and red cherry Coke scented soap. And then we got drunk at a wedding and I thought up the one that we eventually ended up doing and loved it 100 times more. It was so much better. And yeah. So you never know what's gonna come up. I unfortunately am not willing to trend biblical right now. But I appreciate the request and the sentiment. Midnight. Have a nice night. Do I ever make candles? I do not make candles. I do have a family friend that does make candles for us sometimes, but I honestly struggle to get the stuff I want to get done, and that's just another thing to do. So that's not something that's on our docket or our radar at this time, because I still do have a full-time job, and that makes it really difficult to do too much. All right. Cleaning up a little bit here. So we have a soap to cut, and see how it turned out. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna move these to the dry room. Zulu, do we need to run another ad or anything like that? Maybe, yes, no? Yeah, all right. I'm gonna run these to the dry room, then we'll clean up, and then we'll see about cutting our soap. All right. And the last of the bath bomb wiped up here. Next, we have our Christmas card soap. There we go. All right, nice and clean. I agree. We have the soap cutter. And we have our bar of soap. So, this is the bar of soap we made last Tuesday. And yeah. Also wondering about molds. Plaster works best because no mold release needed. Ever tried a plaster mold? Not familiar with soap, letting go. So we use non-stick silicone for our soap molds because it's extremely sticky. Other than that, you could use parchment paper, but a plaster mold is not going to release the soap. It's a sticky liquid, and it holds tight to pretty much everything. It's pretty common sight to see new people making soap online, pour them into like muffin tins or loaf pans without lining it, and it just causes a huge mess, and you basically have to scrape it out, and causes issues with the design. But then also the plaster would pull moisture from the soap, which would interfere with its curing process and potentially the saponification process as well, which are definitely things we don't want to mess with because they do the best job. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Yes, exactly as I hoped. Christmas trees, which should be a little sharper near the middle. Some swirling clouds and nice iridescent snowflake in the middle. Perfect. That scent is so good. So this is scented with a combination of red currant, ivy, and crackling firewood. Sorry I doubted you. Yeah, don't doubt me. Don't doubt me and my swirly lines. You make soap a couple times and you think you know it's wet. I'm just messing with you. Now, this is the really thin style marbling technique. It makes a big difference to have the right ratios of color to show off. Would love to see a starfish under the sea theme. Ooh, that would be cool. Oh. Come here. Ugh. Ow. Oh, fine. I'll do it without you then. Yeah, I want to do like an ocean scene one. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Okay. All right. So, a couple different size cuts so that she can give the way to different family members in different ways. Yeah. All right. What the hell do I have CD on or something? That should have worked. I don't know. This one is Campfire with Ivy and Red Currant. So it's a nice, crisp, bright, outdoorsy scent, and turned out absolutely adorable. Love how it came out. So, the blue shows up a little better. It's a little washed out in the light right now, but that's all right. It is super cute, and we'll take some good pictures of it. Yeah. So that's really it for today, guys. Zulu, we already kind of know where we're going to raid out to. Anything else you can think of? that we need to do tonight? I can't. Right, Goon? Hi, Goon. Do you have an announcement? What's our announcement? I don't remember. Oh, we're doing that charity stream. You know more details than I do, so you might have to come talk about that one because I don't remember the date right now. So we are doing a charity stream raid train event for St. Jude in December. More details will come out about it as we have them. I think we have our time slots now. We will be doing 2 separate days. We will be making a soap based off of art provided by the children, by the children at the St. Jude's Hospital, and yeah, it should be an interesting experiment to try out. Yeah, I think that's it. We'll have more information in our Discord as well. This Thursday, December 14th, with a cutting on Saturday. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, so that should be fun. Should be an interesting time. I'm excited. We won't have the inspiration piece until December, so we'll kind of throw it together that day and see what we're working with. And it should be a lot of fun. Perfect. It's probably easiest right now. Yeah. Always taking suggestions. May or may not ever become anything, but it may inspire other things as well. So we shall see. And if there's ever a suggestion that you love so much, you can always hire us for a commission. We are quite open to that option. But yeah. All right. What's the last Discord channel for? It's for suggestions. So you can put suggestions in there, and it could help inspire us, or could become soap, kind of all over the board there. Yeah. Oh, the last one before this one, I don't remember. I want to feed the ducks, but I'm just gonna make sure there's no one celebrating something right now. Okay. But we could go feed ducks. The ducks are so cute. Why do I have bath bomb powder on my shoulder? It gets everywhere, I swear. There we go. Coming through, seeing who's doing what. We can feed the ducks any night though, but in a year we haven't fed the ducks. They miss us. I can tell. I can feel it in my soul that the ducks miss us. Oh no! You're raiding in as we're raiding out. Well, we're trying to find someone to raid out to. Well, welcome. We're going to take you on a journey with us soon. Hopefully to ducks. Ducks are good. There's someone celebrating their 4-year stream anniversary. Who is it? And are they close to ending their stream? Because ducks. Hello. Welcome in. You come as we close. I'm so sorry, but it's nice to have you guys in. Thanks for coming by. Where are we going? What are we doing? What is the plan? I haven't seen it yet. Zulu didn't show it to me yet. All right, let's go see Ben the Goblin. We will do ducks next time. I don't remember you showing me, but I've also been busy, so that's also a possibility. He will show me again. I have no memory of this happening, though. But that's okay. It's also true, but irrelevant. Everything about you being a troll is relevant. All right, let's head on over. We're gonna go see Ben the Goblin and celebrate his 4-year stream anniversary with him. So please come with us and let's go say hi.